evolution of Elon Musk. His eyes are on the big screen, the founding victory which he dreamed about. Was that enough whatever I invested? Or does it need more intention? Although he was not afraid of failure because according to him, no problem is bigger. Only looking for the solution is the biggest problem. After the third failure of Falcon 1 launches, none other than him can think like that. He had invested everything into making it a dream come true. His fortune, fundings, his team's hopes, and a tremendous amount of hard work, and his ultimate vision of saving humanity by making humans a spacefaring species, everything was at stake. It was a do-or-die situation. If they failed for the fourth time, all their efforts are about to be wiped out. Hey guys, you must already get what I was talking about. Yeah, the Elon Musk, a brand in itself. But do you know how he started, and did you ever know that he had worked on a farm? Well, there is much more. For that, stay with us till the end, as it's gonna be too motivational or emotional. Up to you. Without further suspense, let's dive straight into his evolution. This extravagant individual on the planet is a business visionary and a business tycoon. He is the author, CEO, and chief engineer at SpaceX. Beginning phase financial backer, CEO and product architect of Tesla Inc., organizer of the Boring Company and prime supporter of Neuralink and OpenAI. Musk is the most extravagant individual on the planet. He is 21st among the world's most powerful people and the world's richest person as of November 2021, surpassing Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, and has added $122.3 billion to his fortune in this year alone, exceeding his net worth to $292 billion US. He is one of the few persons in the business world who can influence the world's economy. There is a common belief that his one tweet can shake the crypto market. Creating a spectacular vision, taking the risks, putting endless efforts into it, and then overcoming all the stupid fears of failures to make his vision real are other popular points Elon is known by. We as a whole realize that Elon Musk is an outright virtuoso with more fantastic thoughts than a great many people can mind to recall. In a new meeting with Joe Rogan, Musk expressed that this was practically similar to a revile, as it were. That he has such countless valuable thoughts that he frequently battles to zero on one venture. However, like any successful human being, Elon Musk has an incredible life story of ups and downs, trials and errors, and success and failures. Elon was born on 28 June 1971 in Pretoria, Transvaal, South Africa, to his Canadian mother, Maya Musk, who is a model and dietitian, and his South African father, Errol Musk, who is an electromechanical engineer, pilot, sailor, and property developer. Elon also has a younger brother and a younger sister. Being an introvert in his early childhood, no one could ever imagine that this seemingly awkward kid would astonish the world someday by his revolutionary thought process. Elon faced great difficulty getting along with his schoolmates. He was constantly bullied throughout his childhood and was mostly lost in his huge interest in books and deep creative thinking. As a child, he reportedly used to read 10 hours a day and was more interested in reading fantasy and science fiction books, which shaped the young Elon's vision for the future of humanity. He once mentioned that he found his inspiration to save the world from J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings. Young Elon developed a huge interest in computers at the age of 10, and by reading and applying his home computer manual instructions, he designed his first ever created video game, which he named Blastar, which he sold to a computer magazine for $500. In his early years of education, Musk went to Waterkloof Preparatory School and later graduated from Pretoria Boys High School. He moved to Canada at the age of 17, where he attended Queen's University, and later transferred to the University of Pennsylvania, California, and received his bachelor's degree in physics and economics. In 1995, he moved to San Francisco, and knowing the business potential of the internet, he launched the first venture of his entrepreneurial career, the ZO2 Company, with his brother Kimball. During a commencement speech at the University of Southern California, Elon recalled those days. My brother and I started our first company, and instead of getting a flat, we just rented a small office where we slept on the couch. It might appear as though an exceptionally basic thought now, yet this was progressive when the utilization of PCs was still tiny. Tragically, Zip2 battled in the early years, and most financial backers cared very little about subsidizing the thought. Afterward, Musk composed the code for a planning project which basically empowered him to consolidate the two thoughts. the organization staff lived on premises to reduce down expenses. At any rate, Zip2 at last got some truly necessary internet in 1996. However, staggeringly, Elon Musk was expelled as the CEO of the organization and given a much more modest job. Notwithstanding, he figured out how to assist with eliminating a later CEO, Richard Sorkin, which he disagreed with his vision or standards for the organization. After significant achievement, the businessperson chose to continue on and work on a shiny new idea that would be the start of what we presently know as PayPal. With arguably a huge amount of money in hand, Elon decided to incorporate in X.com. With the company's co-founders Harris Fricker, Christopher Payne, and Ed Ho, in 2000 the company merged with a software company called Confinity, Inc., and they named the newly emerged company PayPal. In all honesty, PayPal has a cast of ballot for the most noticeably awful business thought of the year in 1999, when it was delivered as security programming for the Palm Pilot and other handheld gadgets. Be that as it may, Musk and Prime supporter Max Levchin began to zero in on making an internet-based wallet that began to acquire footing. Indeed, when customers began out-messaging the organization, obviously this wallet was being utilized to work with eBay barters. So they chose to scrap the first thought and continued with an electronic wallet. In the long run, PayPal got financing to foster this idea, and in 2002, the organization opened up to the world. It seems that his childhood obsession with superpowers and super-intelligent humans never really left him, as he went on to think of making low-cost, reusable rockets to travel into space. "I really believe in the future of space," he once said at the March 2019 presser. "I think it's important that we become a spacefaring civilization and be out there among the stars. We want the things that are in science fiction novels and movies not be science fiction forever. We want them to be real one day." He flew all over to Russia to find opportunities where they would propose him $8 million, which was far higher than what he was thinking. His proposal got rejected after a negotiation failure. After failing at several trials of convincing people around him and funding companies for his vision, Elon finally came up with the idea of creating his own space-exploring company. And here is how SpaceX came into being on March 14, 2002, in Hawthorne, California. In fact, despite having that burning element inside him, Elon thought that there were really low chances for SpaceX success. "When we started SpaceX, they said, 'You're going to fail.' And I said, 'Well, I agree,'" Musk said during a press conference with NASA in March 2019 at Kennedy Space Center. "I always thought I would fail." And he never blamed them, as his first 3 Falcon 1 rocket launch experiments had drastically failed for different reasons in 2006, 2007, and 2008 respectively. But Elon's ultimate vision had no barriers. Just a few months after Falcon 1's third launch mission failed, he called his team to get back to work as he planned for the final experiment with their only left rocket. At that point, he had invested all his fortune for apparently nothing good, and he was nearly bankrupt and out of funds. However, finally the day came for them, and Falcon 1 successfully achieved the Earth orbit in the 4th attempt. After getting such a milestone, Elon gleefully expressed his feelings by saying that it was just the start for SpaceX, as they knew now that their design had no errors and they finally got to orbit. But that's the one part of this great marvelous person. His other great contribution to the world is his electric vehicle company called Tesla, which works on sustainable energy consumption. Elon owned this company in 2003, and due to his tremendous hard work, Tesla has produced the world's fastest, luxury, more convenient, and more co-effective automobiles. Their Model S, Model X, Model 3, and Model Y have taken the vehicle industry by storm. They're all-electric Cybertrucks, and semi-trucks are next in line to astonish the world and lead the automobile industry. Most new companies fall flat since they neglect to perceive the trouble spots of their objective market. All in all, they seek afterthoughts and ideas that were ill-fated to fall flat before they can even get started. Elon Musk was not really set in stone all through his vocation, notwithstanding the knockbacks. When he confronted the hindrances, he never stopped and consistently clutched his convictions or began his own undertakings at any rate. Regardless, his flexibility and unflinching conviction are a huge piece of the justification for why Elon Musk is so effective right up till the present time. Yeah, he really has given us simple solutions to the hardships. Although in daily life we fail to understand these points, our times show the real we. So if you liked this video, do give it a huge thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates. Stay tuned.